Hey everybody, it's Charlie and welcome back to the Temple 420 Bible Study and Torah Tour. We're in the Café 420 part of the tour. We're sitting and getting settled for King David to come up and read one of his Psalms. He's going to read Psalm 20. I think I'm going to be performing his part tonight. Turns out I can perform everybody's part in this book. If I was going to be in a play on Broadway, right? Or I was going to be the backup for everybody, and everybody got sick? What if they all died and I had to do the whole play by myself? What am I, Bugs Bunny playing baseball? Remember that cartoon? This is a great memory tree Abraham sits under because it really is your memory system, and it triggers it, and God wipes the old ones away and plants new ones, and he really is a master. What an artist. He's a master at creating peace and calm with Canabis. Psalm 20. For the director of music, HASHEM, a psalm of his servant David. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. QnA. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May the name of God of Jacob protect you. HASHEM. May he send you help from his sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all of your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up our banners in the name of our God HASHEM. May the Lord grant all your requests. Now, this I know. The Lord gives victory to his anointed. He answers him from his heavenly sanctuary with the victorious power of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God HASHEM. They are brought to their knees and fall, but we rise up and stand firm. Lord, give victory to the King. Answer us when we call. Lord, thanks for giving victory to your servant, the King. Thank you for answering me when I call to you. Baruch Hashem for Psalm 20. And we really just have to love King David. We have to love the words he uses. It's all about calling out to God. But how do we return to God? People ask that question. Well, how do you return to God? Malachi 3 says it very clearly. With tithes and offerings. Because what he says is that if we don't feed ourselves the aroma of food, which is spirit food, spiritual milk, which Paul says we're supposed to crave in 1 Peter 2, then we're denying this tree of life that God created life. We just have our own lives, but we don't have the spirit part of it. So it's the disconnect. But once you align the spirit with your flesh, your mind and your stomach, and realize that you can go to the second floor and live upstairs, it's a much better view. So as we get to the end of the cafe, thank you guys for coming. A couple of the words that were said. May he send you help from his sanctuary, which is you're feeding your heart with incense and perfume. It brings joy to the heart. And may he remember all of your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings, which is exactly what we do every day. You can do it continually. It literally is a continual burnt offering. And go back and read, I think I'm in Numbers 13-ish. Amazing what the reminder grain offering is. So real quickly on the subnotes for the burnt offerings, it is, the Hebrew has salah, a word of uncertain meaning. Now hold on, hold everything. This is E3 from verse 3, Psalm 20. May he, and I guarantee you it's HASHEM in the Torah, may HASHEM remember all your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. And it says, the Hebrew has salah, a word of uncertain meaning. Again, proof positive, the Greeks actually have no clue what they're talking about. And we as Christians just, we say this word and we fell in love with Jesus and stop. Stop. Return to God with an offering, and a fragrant offering at that, not an arrogant offering. And there's the difference in slight words. But may the Lord grant all your requests. So as I say the word fragrant and arrogant, I look down, I'm like, the word grant. And wouldn't you want to get a grant to go to school for free? Welcome to the A420 Bible Study and Torah Tour. So the Hebrew word that goes back to, may he remember all your sacrifices and accept all your burnt offerings, is a Greek word that they don't know. And I want to do a quick flip. We're going to go a little bit long, but I wanted to get to my favorite verse that turned me to God when I learned that we have an entire system called the endocannabinoid system. But when I learned that, my wife said, well, God would never say buy you pot. I'm like, well, of course not, or buy me pot. And I was like, well, is marijuana in the Bible? Thanks to Professor Sula Benet, you can do the research on her, and Dr. Raphael Meshulam, two of the people that I've actually followed, plus Christina Sanchez and Dr. Raphael Guzman, as the memory recalls them in their research for the abdomen where God resides. And if you feed your abdomen and open your mind, well, then you get to transfer from earth to heaven. But with that, Isaiah 43:24, I heard the word calamus, which is the Greek word, like the Greek word, for the Hebrew word. They don't know what it means. So Isaiah 43:24, it literally says this. You guys ready? We're going to have a good night in the cafe as we end it up. You have not, God speaking, you have not bought any fragrant calamus for me, or lavished on me the fat of your sacrifices. What? Did God just say, buy me pot? Yeah. He's the Most High. His spirit world food is cannabis. It's going to take you through the trippy thoughts, through the trippy stumbling, this is my own thoughts for money. And he's going to get you to the top of the mountain each day, go up Jacob's ladder, and that's called letting his spirit lead you, which is totally what I do every day. It's like Christmas. So, when it also says the word lavished the fat of your sacrifices, that is CnH, curds and honey, CnH QnA, from your sugar aisle. It burns your fat right off your body. Totally lost 60 pounds, I did. And it burns your memories, because it's a memory trip. And at that point, he wants it to be pleasant and sweet, not bitter and yuck. So Baruch Hashem, to a great fragrant incense tree rising.